Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here and welcome to Ponderous Wednesday. This week's thought-provoking topic is going to be looking at the other white metal, which is platinum. Now I want to focus today on some of the reasons why you maybe shouldn't invest in platinum, why it could be a little bit of a risky bet to make over the course of the coming years. I have talked in previous videos about platinum being, in my eyes, quite a good cheap metal at the moment that you can get into, and it's got a lot of potential room to grow. But I wanted to present the other side of the argument here as well and just share my thoughts on some of the potential risks and pitfalls that go along with investing in platinum. Now, just want to caveat that by saying that I am not a financial planner, I'm not an investment guru, I'm just a dude who likes to buy shiny things and share them here on YouTube. So any financial decisions that you make are yours and yours alone, and I would highly recommend that you go and do a lot more research than just watching one of my videos. Now, all of that disclaimer out of the way, I have here some cool platinum coins and also a gold coin to compare size as well. These are not my coins, these are all coins that Silver Forum members have been buying recently as part of the big, ridiculously huge group order that we unboxed all last week. So if you haven't checked those out, go and have a look at them. It was a pretty epic week. So yeah, we're going to focus on these platinum coins. Now, as I said, we're going to look really today at sort of the negative reasons why maybe you shouldn't be buying platinum. I'll start by saying, you know, I still think platinum is potentially a good bet for the future, but not necessarily for the very long-term future. So we have here, by the way, the big two 1 ounce platinum coins that this Silver Forum member has bought. The Griffin is the one which is new. I haven't seen that in platinum yet, and it does, I have to say, look absolutely awesome. But you know, got the lion here as well. I do have a lion of my own. I bit that bullet and bought an ounce of platinum 6 months ago. And I guess this is the best place to start really, because I bought that ounce of platinum 6 months ago, and the price of platinum has dropped quite considerably since I bought it. So, you know, maybe I got in a little bit too early into the platinum market, and that's kind of the first pitfall I really want to talk about, because platinum has, as a metal, performed incredibly badly over the last 5 or 10 years. It really hasn't done as well as other metals, and you know, we've seen some pretty huge drops in recent years. The biggest one being in 2015, when one of the primary uses for platinum is within the automotive industry. We saw the Volkswagen emissions kind of fudging and faking of their data, and then that really put people off having diesel cars, and then that of course had a huge impact on the automotive markets and the demand for platinum. Demand went down, and obviously there was, you know, still a similar amount of supply coming out the ground, and as a consequence the price went down, and quite significantly as well. I think it was like 27 or 28% in 1 year, which was pretty horrendous. So platinum is going down. It's still going down as we kind of look at it over the course of this year, but to be fair, other metals are going down a little bit as well at the moment. So picking the bottom of the market to have, you know, at that moment to buy platinum is tricky. I bought mine 6 months ago. The forum member who bought these has got them at a better price. That's just the way that the metal markets work. But so yeah, picking the moment to buy platinum, if you're going to be buying it, is, you know, always going to be a difficult one to choose. It's not necessarily that important if you're potentially going to be holding it for a long time, but I want to talk about the pitfall of holding it for a long time. So again, we're going to be looking at sort of the uses of platinum, and the main use of platinum is within the automotive industry. I think it's something like 40% of all platinum is used within the automotive industry, and it's not a particularly common investment grade metal. You don't get a lot of coins made out of them. So I guess one of the good things about these is mintage wise, there won't be you know, really high mintages. This particular coin, this is a little 10th ounce platinum Britannia, which is kind of cool, and this was bought by a couple of people on the group order. So very interesting sort of size, really is incredibly small. You know, one thing I really love about platinum though is the colour. It's very different to silver. You know, they call it the other white metal, but it really is very different and looks pretty cool. I would take it out of the baggie here, but I don't really want to, because as I said, they're not my coins, and I don't really want to be kind of holding them up on camera with bare hands and potentially fingerprinting them up and everything. So, you know, in the future, you know, platinum is not necessarily going to be doing that well. Long term, you've got to look at the automotive industry as an indicator here. And let's be honest, you know, diesel cars, petrol cars, they're going to be gone in 20, 30, 40 years. However long it might take, they will be gone at some point. And 40% of the precious metal market goes, or precious metal platinum market goes to that automotive industry. And whilst the jewellery market, apparently there's been some upsurges in demand for platinum in jewellery, and I know platinum is incredibly popular in jewellery. I have a platinum wedding ring, and I remember when I was shopping with Mrs. Backyard Bullion for rings, we were thinking about white gold or yellow gold, but we just, I just wanted a platinum wedding ring. I don't know, it just had that kind of desirability factor and that kind of wow factor that's really, that was much better for me. But anyway, so I don't think, it would be a pretty amazing uptake in sort of platinum jewellery markets for people to take up 40% of the market to keep that demand up. So that's something to think about. If the automotive industry keeps on going the way it's going with platinum, then it's potentially going to be having quite a lot of pitfalls. Now, the other thing to compare it against is, of course, to compare it against gold. And one of the thing that's really in platinum's favour at the moment, and I've spoken about this before, is the platinum-gold ratio. So when you compare like for like, the platinum-gold ratio is incredibly in favour of platinum at the moment. It makes platinum look incredibly cheap. Traditionally, platinum is meant to be more valuable than gold, and that goes back to the desirability factor of why I wanted a platinum wedding ring. But it's at the moment, platinum is probably 2/3 of the price of gold, so it's considerably less at the moment, which is worrying. It's got a trend again. It's looking at that kind of price drop trend, and is that a permanent correction? Personally, I don't think it's a permanent correction. I do think there's room for movement in platinum prices over the course of the coming years, maybe 3, 4, 5 years. But that is still to basically come out of what's going to happen. We just don't know. There are a lot of changes in kind of various countries which might affect platinum. So China has got new emission standards coming out which will potentially require a lot more platinum to be used within their automotive markets, and that's obviously going to increase the demand. But there are mines that 90% I think of the platinum supply comes from South Africa, and there are mines in South Africa which are just pretty much struggling to make ends meet and might well completely close down, and that's going to obviously have a potential impact on the supply, which could increase the price, I suppose. But it might mean also that these automotive industries continue to use palladium, and that's one thing which is really important to talk about, because palladium is now almost as valuable or more valuable than gold, I think, at the moment. Certainly way more valuable than platinum, and it is the metal which is much more readily available. And obviously the mines that are producing platinum producing palladium rather than producing platinum are profitable by a huge more degree, so it's going to be potentially interesting to see how that goes. Now, the last thing I just want to talk about investing in platinum and kind of the risks that are involved in that is the fact that it's not a traditional precious metal. So you look back through history, and gold and silver have been the kind of typical metals that you see throughout history. Platinum is not necessarily one which we've seen a great deal of in historical coins and jewelry, certainly not in historical coins anyway. It's only very recently that platinum has become a very usable metal, because it's got a very high melting point. It's got a lot of very good industrial properties, but it's not necessarily the best thing to use for jewelry. So that's a very interesting thing to think about, because if you are buying the platinum, how are you going to sell it at the other end? Selling these coins, they're not going to be that desirable. And also, with all of the questions at the moment about where platinum is going to go, that affects the desirability of it as a precious metal on the market. Now, many big dealers, many big sort of bullion exchanges will take platinum, but they will not give you the best prices for it compared with gold. And another thing to consider here in the UK is that we have to pay VAT on platinum. So if you buy from Europe, you can get it slightly cheaper, but it's still got a very big premium compared with the sort of raw price of platinum, because even within Europe there are taxes which have to be paid on platinum when it enters Europe. So relative to gold, is it worthwhile? I think personally there is room for platinum to grow, and I still do think there is a potential correction coming for platinum with relation to gold. But certainly if you are looking at investing in platinum, I would suggest, and again this is not financial advice, it's just my own thoughts, that it is done as a kind of hedge against the value of gold. Maybe just having a little bit of platinum, which is where these 10th ounce Britannias come in, because they are obviously quite small. They're not going to eat up huge amounts of your budget. Unlike perhaps collecting the whole set of the the Queen's Beast series in platinum. Those are going to be, they'll look fantastic and they'll be great, but will they yield a good return on the investment? Only time will tell, to be honest. And for me anyway, I don't think I'm going to be collecting the entire set of these platinum coins. This is the start of a set, I think, for a silver four member, but that's not necessarily going to be for me. Just one of these 1 ounce platinum coins is enough for me to have a hedge against gold and to see how that goes for the future. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. In summary, it's got a bit of a history of going down and down and down. So I don't know whether we're at the bottom yet or whether we're going to be seeing some uptrends in the price of platinum. The next thing is, long-term future. Platinum maybe has a big correction coming in, the negative when it relates to the sort of automotive industries, and we'll see how that goes. Whether or not that will be within our lifetimes, I don't know, but certainly as a very long-term metal, it's not got a great deal of potential. And then the resellability factor, and the desirability factor within the sort of stacking and investing market. So it's just got a lot of questions about it. So there we go, that's my thoughts on it. I'd love to hear your opinions on platinum as well. What do you think about it as an investment grade metal? What do you think about it as a coin metal, sort of bullion grade metal? Would you buy platinum? Do you buy platinum? Have you got platinum? I'd love to hear whether you have and how much you've got as well. That'd be really cool. So do comment in this video. If you like this video, thumbs up on it, share it around on your social media. That would be very helpful indeed. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button with notifications on so you get a notification when I upload future videos. Otherwise, that's all I have to say today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week, and please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.